Company vision. I don't need one, Tamer. I mean, seriously, I'm a tiny little company. Company visions are for like large organizations that have tons of money to pay on pointless consultants. Or maybe it might be useful for when I do a business plan and I want to get a bank loan, for example, and never look at it again. But I'm not doing any of that. I'm a tiny little company and I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I want my business to do. I don't need to sit down and think about all this fluff. No, I learned this the hard way. You need a company vision from day one, from day zero even, because your company vision, no matter how small your business is, it's going to drive every single part of your business. It's going to drive your strategy. It's going to drive the goals you set. It's going to attract the right team for you. It's going to attract the right clients and everything else in between, beyond and before. It's that important. And a lot of people get the company vision wrong as well. It's not a set of goals and it's not just a goal that's in the next few years. Company vision is very, very different. And in this video, we're going to be breaking down exactly what a company vision is, how to go about building one for your business, and why it's really, really important. And I'm also going to give you some examples from some companies that you will probably have heard of, but we're also going to give you CEO entrepreneurs example, because let's actually look at a smaller size company and see how that could work and how that can even drive our own product line, our team building, everything that we do in between. All that and a whole bunch more. Now, this video, again, very similar to the last video on company core values, is a clip from our business strategy module in the Firestarter program. And in there, we basically look at the core values, the vision and the mission before we even start really digging deep and trying to identify the actual business strategy that we're going to do. So this is the second part in this mini series that we're putting on YouTube here. The first one was company core values. We'll put a link for it down below and up here, that if you haven't seen it, go and see it. However, this is going to be the second one, and in the next video, we're going to do the company mission. So what I suggest you do is actually maybe save these videos for viewing later, because you're going to need to come back to them again and again. If you're interested to learn more about the Firestarter program, I'm going to put some information and links down below for you to be able to go and read all about it. And let's not waste any more time. Let's have a look at the clip. It's really important for us to know what the vision is and what the mission is. And I want you to really take a pause between each of these videos, take a step back, think long and hard, and answer the questions before you move on to the next one, because we've structured this in a series so that each particular section will lead you and flow into the next one following suit. So let's have a look at vision first. This is where it fits in under your values. The mission is pretty much on the side. A lot of people sometimes say do the mission first before you do the vision, and other people say the other way around. I always think find out what your end destination is. What is your compelling future? That is basically what you want. That's your vision for the company, and then everything follows on from after that. So let's have a look at vision first. And essentially within the strategy playbook, that's where it fits in. Those are the questions that we are going to try and answer. The first one is, what does success look like for me? And why is this destination important? And it's really important to understand what you want out of the business and for yourself. Is it because you want to get extra time, time freedom, financial freedom? You want to be able to travel? You want to be able to have flexible hours? You want to work and do what you enjoy doing? Whatever it is, make sure that you really, really try and dig deep, understand why you're running your business in the first place. So what is it going to achieve for you? And why is that important before we go on to the actual business vision itself? Because the business vision then will bounce off of what you want it to do for yourself first. However, the difference here is that the business vision is an ultimate success for the business. And that ultimate success typically will outlive your involvement in the business, because you will either end up selling it, getting bought out, getting investment, just automating it in such a way where you've got no more involvement with it. You pass it down to family, you retire, you put out an IPO and it becomes a public company. There are lots and lots and lots of different ways that you will get the business to then function, and it needs to function, and the vision needs to function continuously after that. So it's not just about what you want to get out of the business. This is where you start, and if you want to have like people to buy it out, your strategy then will be to start putting value into the business. And how do you identify where your value is so that people can buy it and understand this is the value into the business? And then it doesn't involve you. If you want it to involve you and you want it to be a family-led business, then how do you structure and strategize around that? Those are the kind of things that we're going to discuss at this level, so that when we go down to the product launch, because you're going to be telling to me, hey, Tamer, I want to focus on my next product launch. It might not be the right thing. It might be the wrong product launch. It might be the wrong product. It might be the wrong price point, target market, customer. It might be not what you actually need to do at this point in time to get to your next milestone, to get to your end destination. So what does ultimate success look like for the business, and why is this destination important? So the first thing we're going to do is have a look at the business vision. And what the business vision actually does is essentially it will paint a picture of the business's direction and future, and it's a compelling vision. That's where you need to really try and understand. Think big. There's no time to think small at this stage. We're going to think small and granular later on, but we need to start with the big sort of vision of what you want your business to actually achieve. And these are the characteristics of a good vision, because a lot of people have visions and they are not what a vision should really be. They are either too small or too goal-oriented, or they sort of become redundant after 5 years or 10 years or even 15 years. The first characteristic actually is that it needs to be attainable yet everlasting. A vision does not get repeated over 5 years or 3 years or 10 years or 15 or even 100 years. A vision is a vision for what the business is creating, that compelling future for whatever area or industry or customer or problem you're trying to solve. You are creating a compelling future, and that compelling future is everlasting. However, it needs to still be attainable today and tomorrow and in 3 years' time and in 5 years' time. Confusing? Let me give you an example and you'll begin to understand what I mean. Nike, for example, has a vision where our vision is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. In brackets, if you have a body, you're an athlete. Now, they haven't talked about their products. They haven't talked about their services. What they've talked about is they've said, we are going to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. In 100 years' time, you're still going to have people with bodies. Hence, you're still going to want to keep on giving them inspiration and innovation to let them know that how to use their body for their particular use case. And they understand that different people have different use cases and different bodies and different requirements and different needs, and they're going to innovate so that they can inspire them to be able to do what they want them to do. And that's their vision for the business. It's everlasting. In 100 years' time, it will still be there. In 200 years' time, it will still be there. Amazon, for example, goes very ambitious, and they basically say, and they're getting there, be the Earth's most customer-centric company, to build a place where people can come to find and discover anything they might want to buy online. Literally, what they've done there is they've said, want to be the most customer-centric company. That means their focus is purely, first and foremost, on the customer, and they want to build a place where people can find and discover anything they might want to buy online. That means they are continuously adding new product lines, adding new sort of services, adding new things. Anything that you want to buy online, they want you to think of Amazon first. Microsoft has a very simple one, a computer on every desk and in every home. Simple. That's what we want. Disney, make people happy. And it's a continuous thing. They don't talk about, we do cartoons, we do films, we want to do this, this is going to be in 5 years' time. We do theme parks. No, make people happy. And they've updated it a little bit and have expanded on it, where they say we give, compelling storytelling through innovative media and things like that, where they've still made it everlasting. You can update your vision as time goes by if the direction of the company changes, but as long as the direction of your business is doing what it needs to do, there's no need for you to sit and go back and update your vision. The mission can change. The strategies can change, the goals can change, the products can change, but your vision is always everlasting. Let's have a look at CEO Entrepreneur for an example. Our vision is to inspire and empower every entrepreneur to realize the business that they desire so that they can live the life they dream of. That's our vision. So we want to inspire and empower. It's not just about coaching. It's not just about consulting. It's not just about this. We want to inspire and empower. We want to give you the empowerment and the ability to be able to really realize the business that you desire so that you can live the life you dream of, because we understand every entrepreneur and every business owner is different, and you are going to want different things for your business to achieve so that you can live the life that you want. And that's why we ask you, what does success look like for you, and what does success look like for your business? Because we want to understand that so that we can serve you better, so that you can build a business that is going to give you the results that you really, really need. And in that case, everything we do and the strategy we go by and the products that we have, and as we keep on innovating and pushing out more products and services and expanding to a different sort of community and different stages of businesses, we are going to be looking at those results. How are we going to help empower and inspire people to build the business they desire so that they can live the life they dream of? If that means coaching is not enough, we need to inject some consulting in there, because we're going to help them, give them the inspiration, empower them, empower you to be able to then grow the business that you really want to. And we want to understand it. If that means we need to do some coaching, we need to do some like online learning, we need to do some all of these kind of things. And that's where you start looking at your strategy of how you're going to deliver your unique results. And we're going to talk about differentiation later, but this is where you begin to say, actually, we're going to do personalized group programs, because doing just a generic group program doesn't fit within our vision. It doesn't talk to every single entrepreneur who's going to build the business that is suitable for their life dream. So then doing generic group programs doesn't work. We need to make it personalized. How do we do that? Let's find a differentiating factor. And this is how you start developing products and services based on your vision, based on your purpose, based on where you want to go. And that's where I want you to really start understanding and getting to the real nitty-gritty of what your business is all about and where it's heading and what is it trying to achieve. So before we even get onto the mission, I want you to really start thinking long and hard about what your vision is. Think big. A few other characteristics, that's the most important one. So I'm going to go through the next ones in like about 30 seconds, but that was the most important one. The next characteristics are essentially, they need to be shared and aligned. You need to make sure that everyone is aligned. If people don't align to your vision, they're in the wrong business and they're in the wrong company, whether they're working there. If you've got people there, it's important to speak to them as you're developing your vision as well, to make sure that they're bought into it. But also it's your business. So make sure that it's your vision as well, much more than anything else, but it needs to be shared and aligned across the entire company. It needs to be brief, it needs to build a compelling future and a better one, and it needs to be clear and challenging. It's not easy. It's going to be something you're consistently working on to really try and deliver on. And most of all, it needs to be really inspiring, something that makes you want to get up in the morning and say, let me work on this business. This is what I really want to do. And everyone who buys into the values and the vision and the compelling future that you have, that's what you really want to do. Now, after this video, don't go on to the mission. It's the next one. Write out your vision first. Answer those questions. Fill them in the box. Think long and hard, not a superficial vision. Really think exactly what it is that you're trying to do and why. Right, still here? Still with me? Excellent. I'll be curious to actually know what your company vision is. So if you can put it down in the comments below, I'm going to read every single comment on the company vision, and I will make my comments to them as well to let you know what I think about them. If you haven't saved these sets of videos yet, please do so, because I know it's really important to keep coming back to them as you're developing your own company vision, mission, core values. And also, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please hit that like button and that subscribe thingy and the notification bell, and you will be informed when the next video in the series comes out. I'll see you next time.